McGregor did. It's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. He's that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan has publicly questioned some of the financial claims made by Floyd Mayweather Jr., particularly statements regarding the scale of his real estate holdings and overall business portfolio. Rogan suggested that certain figures discussed publicly have been met with skepticism from critics and commentators who argue that the available information does not always align with the numbers being promoted. The debate has fueled ongoing discussion about the true size of Mayweather's financial empire. While Mayweather has long projected an image of extraordinary wealth and business success, some observers contend that portions of those claims may be overstated. As a result, questions continue to surface regarding how much of the public narrative reflects verified assets and how much is part of the larger persona that Mayweather has built throughout his career.
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also, money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
he's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. And all sorts of things that goes into
you got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
According to Joe Rogan, the career of Floyd Mayweather Jr. went through a noticeable transformation over time. Rogan observed that the aggressive and entertaining style associated with the early pretty boy Floyd years gradually gave way to the more business-focused Money Mayweather persona. In Rogan's view, Mayweather increasingly emphasized the financial side of the sport, turning himself into a global brand and prioritizing lucrative opportunities alongside his in-ring success. He also noted that Mayweather often used bold statements, trash talk, and provocative comments toward opponents as part of his promotional strategy, helping generate attention and build interest around his fights. Rogan suggested that this shift changed how many fans viewed Mayweather, transforming him from a talented young boxer into one of the most polarizing and commercially successful figures in boxing history.
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's great.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit. And he's like, look at my $1 million watch. Look at my fucking jet. Look at my house. Look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed. Like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes. But when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Joe Rogan has argued that discussions surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. often extend beyond his accomplishments in the ring and focus heavily on the wealth and business success he accumulated throughout his career. Rogan noted that Mayweather remains one of the most recognizable figures in boxing history, with his financial achievements becoming a major part of his public identity. At the same time, Rogan has expressed skepticism about how Mayweather would perform in a completely different combat sport such as MMA. He has suggested that success in boxing does not automatically translate to success in mixed martial arts, given the vastly different skill sets, rules, and techniques involved. Rogan's comments highlight a broader point often made by combat sports analysts. Elite athletes can dominate one discipline while still facing significant challenges when competing outside their area of specialization.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train.
He's screwed.
First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on, get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be a 1,000 to 1. That's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck, but Conor's going to get a hold of him. And then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
In another discussion, Joe Rogan spoke about the extraordinary level of influence that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built throughout his boxing career. Referring to a widely discussed story involving a referee, Rogan used the example to illustrate how Mayweather's status, star power, and financial success have given him a level of influence that very few athletes ever achieve. Rogan's broader point was that Mayweather operates in a unique position within the sport, where his fame and commercial value often make him one of the most powerful figures in any event he is involved in. According to Rogan, that combination of success, visibility, and business leverage has allowed Mayweather to wield an unusual amount of influence throughout his career, both inside and outside the ring.
The referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight. It was insane.
According to Joe Rogan, much of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s relentless competitive drive can be traced back to his upbringing. Rogan explained that Mayweather grew up in a family deeply connected to boxing, where competition was part of everyday life. With both his father and uncle heavily involved in the sport, he was constantly encouraged to push himself, improve, and develop a winning mindset from an early age. Rogan believes that environment played a major role in shaping Mayweather into one of the most successful fighters of his generation. The same determination that fueled his achievements inside the ring also appears to influence his approach outside of boxing. Whether in business ventures, financial negotiations, or building his personal brand, Mayweather has often displayed the same intense desire to stay ahead and maintain an advantage, reflecting the competitive mentality that helped define his career.
Just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time, and the boxing skill.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has made a number of eye-catching statements over the years regarding his earnings and financial success, including claims about generating millions of dollars on a monthly basis. Such remarks have attracted significant attention and helped reinforce the larger-than-life image he has cultivated throughout his career. However, many financial analysts and boxing observers have questioned the accuracy of some of these figures, arguing that publicly stated earnings do not always align with the realities of boxing revenue, investment returns, and long-term cash flow. Critics contend that while Mayweather has undoubtedly earned extraordinary sums throughout his career, some of the more ambitious financial claims should be viewed with caution unless supported by verifiable documentation. The debate reflects a broader aspect of Mayweather's public persona, a blend of athletic achievement, business promotion, and headline-grabbing statements that often spark discussion about where the line lies between marketing and measurable financial reality.
Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year. let alone 300 million a month. So there you go.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has frequently spoken about the importance of financial success and long-term wealth building. Throughout his career, he has emphasized the goal of creating generational wealth, often explaining that he wants future generations of his family to benefit from the business opportunities and financial foundation he has worked to establish. Mayweather has also expressed interest in passing down his entrepreneurial mindset to his children, encouraging them to understand business, investments, and financial independence. To him, success has never been limited to accomplishments inside the boxing ring. It has also been about building a lasting legacy outside of it. At the same time, this philosophy has drawn mixed reactions. Supporters view it as a practical and ambitious approach to securing a family's future, while critics argue that an intense focus on money and business can sometimes overshadow other aspects of a public figure's legacy. As a result, discussions about Mayweather often extend beyond boxing and into broader debates about wealth, success, and personal values.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Despite the enormous wealth associated with Floyd Mayweather Jr., there have been various public claims and disputes over the years involving money and business dealings. One of the most widely discussed allegations came from 50 Cent, who publicly claimed that he lost money during a business arrangement connected to Mayweather's promotional activities. According to 50 Cent's version of events, Mayweather asked him to help oversee aspects of a boxing promotion while he was serving a jail sentence. The rapper has alleged that he invested significant resources into the venture, but later felt he was not properly compensated or recognized for his involvement after Mayweather's release. It is important to note that these claims have been part of a long-running public dispute between the two men, with both sides making accusations and counterarguments over the years. As with many high-profile celebrity business disagreements, the details remain a matter of public debate, with differing accounts regarding what occurred and who, if anyone, was financially harmed.
We brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated.
Yeah.
Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Yeah. Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he didn't tell me to do that.
50 Cent has continued to be one of the most outspoken critics of Floyd Mayweather Jr. In various interviews and public comments, 50 Cent has claimed that some people within Mayweather's broader circle have expressed frustration with his personality and approach to relationships. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather places a strong emphasis on money, success, and public displays of wealth, often making those themes a central part of his public image. He has argued that this focus can sometimes overshadow other qualities, and has suggested that it contributes to the polarized opinions surrounding the boxing legend. These remarks reflect 50 Cent's personal perspective and are part of a long-standing public feud between the two men. While critics have echoed some of these concerns, supporters of Mayweather often view his confidence and financial success as key elements of the brand he built throughout his career. Regardless of where people stand, the ongoing exchange highlights how Mayweather's legacy continues to spark discussion not only about his achievements in boxing, but also about the image he projects outside the ring.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, if you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
Do you think he'll step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
Financial disputes involving Floyd Mayweather Jr. have surfaced on several occasions, including a highly publicized disagreement with Logan Paul following their exhibition bout. After the event generated significant global attention, Paul publicly claimed that he had not received the full amount he believed he was owed under the terms of the fight. The dispute attracted widespread media coverage and fueled ongoing discussions about the business side of high-profile exhibition events. Critics pointed to the disagreement as another example of the complex financial negotiations that can accompany major combat sports promotions, while supporters argued that contractual and payment disputes are not uncommon in the industry. Regardless of the details, the situation added to the broader conversation surrounding Mayweather's business practices and reinforced the perception that financial negotiations remain a central aspect of his public image. For some observers, it highlighted his reputation as a shrewd businessman. For others, it raised questions about how certain business relationships are managed behind the scenes.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
Oscar de la Hoya has also weighed in on discussions surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s continued involvement in boxing and exhibition events. De la Hoya has suggested that financial considerations may be one reason why Mayweather remains active, arguing that many athletes who earn enormous sums during their careers can still face significant expenses and financial pressures later on. He has pointed out that professional boxers often maintain costly lifestyles, and in Mayweather's case, his public image has long been associated with luxury cars, designer fashion, private jets, expensive jewelry, and other high-end purchases. According to de la Hoya, maintaining that level of spending can create ongoing financial demands regardless of how much money was earned during a fighter's prime. While supporters of Mayweather argue that he remains financially successful and continues to generate income through business ventures and appearances, de la Hoya's comments reflect a broader debate that often surrounds wealthy athletes. Whether massive earnings alone are enough to guarantee long-term financial security when paired with an extravagant lifestyle.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built a reputation for showcasing an ultra-luxurious lifestyle, frequently making headlines with his collection of high-end watches, exotic cars, jewelry, and other luxury assets. Among the most talked-about purchases associated with Mayweather is a watch reportedly valued at tens of millions of dollars, a purchase that attracted global attention and reinforced his image as one of sport's biggest spenders. Mayweather has often highlighted his extensive collection of luxury timepieces, claiming to own hundreds of watches ranging from rare collectibles to custom-made pieces worth substantial amounts of money. These displays of wealth have become a major part of his public persona and marketing strategy. At the same time, such spending habits regularly spark debate among fans, financial commentators, and fellow athletes. Supporters view these purchases as a reward for a career built on extraordinary success and business acumen, while critics question whether maintaining such a lavish lifestyle is sustainable over the long term, regardless of how much wealth a person has accumulated. The discussion reflects a broader fascination with how elite athletes manage and display the fortunes they earn throughout their careers.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. 1 point. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say, man.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece. That's the back.
101.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That 1 of 1.
$1.8 million.
It's a 1 of 1. I love that.
Joe Rogan was among the commentators who viewed the crossover bout between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor primarily as a major financial event. Rogan suggested that the matchup was driven as much by business opportunities as by sporting competition, bringing together two of the biggest names in combat sports to generate massive global interest. At the time, Mayweather had already stepped away from traditional professional boxing, yet the fight presented an opportunity to return to the spotlight for one of the most lucrative paydays of his career. The event attracted enormous attention worldwide, producing significant revenue through pay-per-view sales, sponsorships, and media coverage. For critics, the fight became another example of how modern combat sports can blend entertainment and business on a massive scale. For supporters, it demonstrated Mayweather's unique ability to transform his reputation, popularity, and undefeated legacy into blockbuster events that capture worldwide attention. Either way, the matchup reinforced Mayweather's reputation as one of the most financially successful figures the sport has ever seen.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah,
makes sense.
That's one thing.
Okay, what was one of them? The ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
Nah, a bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Nah, sneak dissers, that's that shit I don't like.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has never been reluctant to promote his own accomplishments. Throughout his career, he has repeatedly stated that his achievements place him among the greatest fighters in boxing history, often arguing that few, if any, boxers have matched his combination of success, longevity, financial earnings, and undefeated record. That confidence has become a defining part of the Mayweather brand. Whether discussing his accomplishments inside the ring or his success outside of it, he has consistently compared his resume to those of other boxing legends, reinforcing the image of a fighter who believes he stands alone at the top. While many fans admire that self-belief and view it as a key factor behind his success, others see it differently. Critics argue that the constant comparisons and bold claims can come across as self-promotional and invite scrutiny regarding how his achievements stack up against other all-time greats. As a result, Mayweather remains one of the most debated figures in boxing, celebrated by supporters for his confidence and accomplishments, while questioned by critics who challenge some of the claims surrounding his legacy.
Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather. that can break my.
Some critics have pointed to what they see as a contradiction in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s public comments about exhibition and crossover fights. After participating in a high-profile exhibition bout with Logan Paul, Mayweather later expressed criticism of other veteran fighters taking part in similar money-driven events, including discussions surrounding Mike Tyson's bout with Jake Paul. For some fans and commentators, this created the appearance of a double standard. They argued that if exhibition and crossover fights are acceptable as business opportunities for one fighter, the same logic should apply to others pursuing similar paydays later in their careers. Supporters of Mayweather, however, contend that his comments may have reflected concerns about specific circumstances, competitive differences, or fighter safety rather than opposition to exhibition events themselves. Regardless of interpretation, the discussion became another example of how Mayweather's statements often generate debate and keep him at the center of conversations about boxing, business, and the evolving landscape of combat sports entertainment.
When you watch something like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, what is your reaction?
When you watching boxing for free, you can have millions and millions and millions of views. But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay. I think WWE is good for Logan.
And Jake Paul?
Easy. At 48, too easy.
Mike Tyson has occasionally shared candid opinions about Floyd Mayweather Jr., reflecting the different personalities and approaches the two boxing legends have toward fame and success. In one discussion, Tyson suggested that he was not particularly fond of some aspects of Mayweather's public persona, particularly the tendency to frequently showcase wealth, luxury purchases, and personal achievements. Tyson's comments were less about Mayweather's boxing ability, which he has often acknowledged, and more about the image Mayweather projects outside the ring. Even after retirement, Mayweather has remained highly visible on social media and in public appearances, regularly displaying his lifestyle and financial success. Those displays have helped keep Mayweather in the spotlight, but they have also attracted criticism from some observers who prefer a more understated approach. Tyson's remarks reflect a broader divide in how fans and fellow fighters view Mayweather. Some admire his confidence and business success, while others believe the constant self-promotion can overshadow his accomplishments as a boxer.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
She's a rat. What?
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long been recognized as one of the most business-oriented athletes in boxing history. From negotiating lucrative contracts to building his own promotional brand, he consistently focused on maximizing his earning potential both during and after his fighting career. At the same time, some critics have questioned certain aspects of his business practices and public image. They point to various disputes, financial disagreements, and bold claims about wealth and earnings as reasons to scrutinize the narrative surrounding his success. According to these critics, some of the controversies associated with Mayweather have raised broader questions about transparency, accountability, and how success is presented to the public. Supporters, however, argue that much of the criticism stems from Mayweather's larger-than-life persona and aggressive self-promotion strategy. They maintain that his financial accomplishments, business ventures, and career achievements speak for themselves. Ultimately, the debate highlights two different perspectives. One that views Mayweather as a master marketer who successfully built a global brand, and another that questions whether parts of that image rely more on perception and promotion than on independently verified facts.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's top-ranked boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up. So Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
That's it for today's video. The debate around Floyd Mayweather's legacy continues, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below, subscribe for more boxing news and analysis, and stay tuned for our next video. Until next time, keep your guard up and your passion for boxing alive.